Welcome to the Explainer. We're talking about the start of a massive global phenomenon today. You know the story, but how did it all begin? How would this one boy who had no idea he was special turn into a hero? Well, today we're diving right into the magic and the structure of J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. So, the story kicks off with this line, right? To Harry Potter, the boy who lived. But here's the thing, we don't even meet the hero first. We just get this whispered toast, floating through a secret magical world. It immediately makes you ask, okay, who is Harry Potter? And what does it even mean to be the boy who lived? All right, so to really get this, we've got to go back to the very night this whole legend was born. I'm talking about the night that the most feared dark wizard of the age, Lord Voldemort, just vanished. Poof, gone. No one could explain it. So you've got this wild split screen happening. On one side, it's the world of the Dursleys at number 4 Privet Drive. Think perfectly normal, thank you very much. No nonsense allowed. But on the other side, it's absolute chaos. You've got flocks of owls flying around in the middle of the day, shooting stars over Kent, and all these strange people in cloaks just popping up on street corners. The two worlds couldn't be more different. But here's the crazy part. The boy who's at the very center of all this celebration, his life is, well, it's the exact opposite of magical. For 10 long years, Harry Potter's entire world has been this grim, miserable existence with his awful relatives, the Dursleys. They literally have him living in a tiny cupboard under the stairs. And then something happens. Something impossible. A letter arrives. Now, this isn't just any letter. It's addressed so precisely, right down to the cupboard under the stairs, that it feels like a tiny miracle. This isn't just a piece of mail, you guys. This is it. This is the call to adventure. And it's about to completely shatter Harry's dreary little world. At first, it's just one letter. That's it. A single piece of thick parchment with emerald green ink. But Harry, he doesn't even get a chance to read it. His Uncle Vernon, absolutely terrified, just snatches it away. He is determined to keep this magic, whatever it is, out of his house. Okay, but here's the thing about the magical world. It doesn't give up that easy. The very next day, it's not just one letter. Nope, it's a dozen of them, all forced under the door. You can't just ignore this. And then it just explodes. That call to adventure, it becomes this unstoppable flood. We're talking hundreds of letters, pouring out of the chimney, shooting out of the mail slot, squeezing through every crack in the house. It's just proof, absolute proof that the Dursleys' little war on magic is completely, utterly futile. So what does Uncle Vernon do? He panics. He drags the whole family to this remote, miserable hut on a rock in the middle of a storm-tossed sea. He thinks, finally, we've escaped. But here's a lesson for you. You just can't run from your destiny. Magic will always find a way. Boom, the door is literally smashed off its hinges, and in steps this giant of a man, Hagrid. He's got a slightly squashed birthday cake and some news that is about to change, well, everything. He looks right at Harry and says the 4 little words that will completely alter his life, and honestly, the entire world forever. This is where the truth finally comes out. Hagrid tells Harry everything. His parents, they didn't die in some car crash like he'd been told. No, they were a powerful witch and wizard, and they were murdered by Voldemort. And the Dursleys, his family, who hate anything remotely strange or mysterious, well, the wizarding world has a name for people like them, Muggles. So now that he knows the truth, Harry makes his choice. He accepts that call to adventure. This is the moment he steps across the threshold, leaving his miserable, mundane life behind for this vibrant, hidden world of magic, the world he was always supposed to be a part of. And what a first step it is. He walks into Diagon Alley, this incredible, bustling cobblestone street that's just hidden behind an old pub in London. I mean, imagine it. It's a total feast for the senses. You've got shops selling wands, spellbooks, robes, and right in the middle of it all is Gringotts, the wizarding bank, run by these really stern-looking goblins. All right, so the ultimate destination here is, of course, Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. But getting there is a challenge in itself. He has to find platform 9 3/4 at King's Cross Station, which isn't exactly on the map. And then he has to run full speed at a solid brick wall. It's kind of like his final leap of faith before his new life can really begin. And once he's at Hogwarts, wow, his real education finally starts. He's not just learning magic, though. For the first time in his entire life, he's finding real friends. He's finding some pretty fierce rivals, too. But most importantly, he's finding a place that actually feels like home. One of the first things that happens is the sorting ceremony. And this ancient, magical hat places him in Gryffindor, the house of the brave and chivalrous. Now, this is a big deal because it immediately puts him at odds with the house of Slytherin. You know, the one known for cunning and ambition. Yeah, the very same house that produced Voldemort himself. So the battle lines are drawn pretty early on. It's not just about friends and enemies, though. Harry finds out he has this incredible natural talent for something he never even knew existed: flying on a broomstick. It's so shocking, in fact, that he gets recruited to be the youngest Quidditch player in 100 years. A century. And Quidditch is no joke. It's this super fast-paced, kind of dangerous game. You've got 3 chasers on each team trying to score with this red ball called the quaffle. Then you've got 2 beaters, whose whole job is to smack these violent rogue balls called bludgers at the other team. And then there's the seeker, that's Harry, whose one job is to catch this tiny, super fast, winged ball, the golden snitch. You catch that, you get 150 points, and you win the game. Simple, right? But, you know, it's not all fun and games. Underneath all the excitement of classes and Quidditch matches, there's a darker mystery unfolding. Harry and his new friends, Ron and Hermione, they stumble onto something big. They find out that a super powerful, mysterious object is hidden deep inside the school. We're talking about the Philosopher's Stone, a stone that can grant immortality. And someone is trying to steal it. Now, the kids are totally convinced they know who's behind it. Their really sinister potions master, Professor Snape. They think he's trying to steal the stone for Voldemort. So what do? They decide it's up to them. They're the only ones who can protect it. And that means doing the one thing they were told not to do, heading into the forbidden 3rd floor corridor. And getting to that stone is like a real-life magical obstacle course. They have to get past a series of insane challenges, each one set up by a different professor. First, there's a monstrous 3-headed dog. Then, a deadly plant called Devil's Snare. After that, a room full of enchanted flying keys, a giant life-or-death game of wizard's chess, and to top it all off, a deadly logic puzzle with potions. No big deal. So Harry gets through it all, he makes it to the final chamber, and it's not Snape. The real villain was the one nobody suspected. It was the timid, stuttering Professor Quirrell, hiding in plain sight the whole time. And the twist? He's actually sharing his body with a weakened, parasitic Lord Voldemort. I mean, wow. So in this final showdown, something incredible happens. When Quirrell tries to touch Harry, his skin burns to ash. Harry is saved, not because of some powerful spell he cast, but because of the magic left behind by his mother's sacrifice. Her love created this powerful protection, a magic that Voldemort, a being who knows nothing about love, can't even begin to understand, let alone touch. And right there, that's the core of the whole story, isn't it? It perfectly sets up the central theme for the entire saga, that the most powerful magic in the world isn't about power or spells or ambition. It's about love and sacrifice. And that leaves us with this huge, critical question to think about. If love is really the most powerful magic, what hope does a Dark Lord ever truly have?
Please like, comment, and subscribe for more book summary.